October, November 2014, maximum mark 14. This is a section B paper 2 type of question. The first two terms of a geometric sequence UN are U1 is equal to 4 and U2 is equal to 4.2. Find the common ratio. They have given two consecutive terms. So 4.2 divided by 4 because it's a geometric sequence which is equal to 1.05. Hence or otherwise find U5. U5 that means fifth term. So I'm using a term formula. Un is equal to u1 times r raised to n minus 1. So u5, un is basically u5, u1 is equal to 4, r is basically 1.05, n minus 1 that is 5 minus 1 is 4. So first you raise the power of 1.05 up to 4. Then whatever answer you get, then you multiply by 4, you will get the answer. Whatever you see on a calculator, please write down as it is. Maybe we need this value for the further use. So I'm writing 4.862025. Then I'm rounding up the answer up to first three significant figures, that is 4.86. After that there is a 2025 which is less than, or next number is 2 which is less than 5. So we don't need this, so I'm neglecting that. So 4.86 is my final answer. Another sequence Vn is defined by Vn is equal to a times a raised to n, where a comma k belongs to real number, n belongs to z plus, because n is a term number, cannot be 0, cannot be decimal, cannot be negative, cannot be fraction, such that v1 that is the first term is given as 0.05, v2 that is the second term is given as 0.25. I'm using first condition, v1 is equal to 0.05. So vn is equal to a times n raised to k, I'm writing that as it is. Below vn I'm writing v1. So a as it is, n is my 1 raised to k, and which is given as 0.05. So v1 is equal to 0.05. A as it is. 1 raised to any number, 1 raised to 0, 1 raised to 100, 1 raised to minus 100 is always equal to 1. So 1 raised to k is basically 1. Any number multiplied by 1 is the same number. So a times 1 is a. So a is equal to 0.05. That is my answer of first part. Find the value of k. For that purpose, I need to use the second condition, v2 is equal to 0.25. Again, I am writing down the same formula, vn is equal to a times n raised to k. This raised to k is only for n, not for a. So below vn I am writing v2. v2 is given as 0.25. I'm writing that condition. Now I'm using the condition n is 2, so a times 2 raised to k. But a is, we already found out is 0.05, so 0.05 times 2 raised to k. Understand, this raised to power k is only for n, not for a and n. So I'm writing a 0.05 in one bracket and times 2 raised to k is equal to 0.25. To isolate 2 raised to k, I'm dividing this side by 0.05, this side by 0.05. 0.05 get cancelled, so 2 raised to k is equal to 0.25 divided by 0.05, which is basically 5. To solve this 2 raised to k is equal to 5, you can use a trial and error, but here we can use a method of logarithmic, exponential logarithmic. This is your exponential term. Why exponential? Because raised to power contains a variable, which is in this case is your k. So a raised to x is equal to b. This is the exponential. I am converting into a logarithmic. So raised to power which is your x comes down. Other side, that is a b, will get a log of b, and the base of x is your a, goes in the base of log. So if I'll compare this part with this part, so a is my 2, k is their x, and phi is their b. So I'm bringing k down. Other side phi will get a log of phi, and the base of k is 2, goes in the base of log. Go in math option. See, there is a logarithmic go in a math option. See, in the logarithmic there is a ready-made format is there. Enter base as 2, log of phi. Type this log of phi to the base 2. You will see on your calculator the answer is 2.32192. Please write down the answer as you see on your calculator. If you round up this answer, further answer will go wrong. So 2.32192, and then I'm rounding up the answer, that is 2.32. Further that there is a 1 which is less than 5, so I'm neglecting this one. Last part, find the smallest value of n for which sequence Vn is greater than sequence Un. Vn, we already know the formula, a times n raised to k. We know the value of a, we know the value of k. A is 0.05, n we don't know, k we know 2.32, don't use this one. So my Vn formula is 0.05 times n raised to 2.32192 is greater than Un. Un, we know the formula U1 times r raised to n minus 1. U1 is 4, r is 1.05, n minus 1 is n minus 1. So if I'll use that, 4 times 1.05 raised to n minus 1. Now this can be done by using a solver, but I recommend use a graphical method. Type this left hand side of inequality in y1, right hand side of inequality in y2. Adjust your view window if you don't see a graph. When you see a graph, you will see an intersection point. Sketch as it is. You don't have to plot. You have to sketch with the help of pen. Sketch as it is. Label that, which is this graph. 4 times 1.05 raised to n minus 1. Which is this graph. 0.05 raised to n. 0.05 times n raised to 2.32192. Where is the intersection point? This. Please write down that point here only. Which in this case you can see my point of intersection is these two values. Do not write at the bottom. Write down here where you see the intersection. Write down as it is. Now come back to the part. We are interested in n and n is your horizontal axis. So we need to know what is my n. N in this case is 7.5799466628. Write down as it is. Using GDC graph, n value, don't write x. Write down n is equal to 7.5799, whatever that answer. As we know that n cannot be 0, cannot be negative, cannot be fraction, cannot be decimal. So 7.5799 is basically your 8, which is an integer. Thank you.